Regardez le silence, s'il vous plaît.
Rolling.
Bon?
Ouais.
You guys rolling? You're good? This record is a step away, in a sense, isn't it?
Yeah, a step away and a step forward, I guess, at the same time.
Everything.
I love
We're gonna revisit everything.
We feel like the hook generation.
I think that's my generation.
I think that's gonna be the anchor of the song, and we'll ride around that, mold it around that.
Everybody, say yeah! Say yeah! One, two, three, jump! I heard you're doing okay, but I want you to know I'm addicted to you. I can't pretend I don't care when you don't think about me. Do you think I deserve this? I tried to make you happy, but you left anyway. I'm trying to forget that I'm addicted to you, but I want it and I need it. I'm addicted to you. Now it's over, and I can't forget what you said, and I never want to do this again.
You guys are one of the most successful bands of your generation. You've toured the world. You've sold more than 7 million albums. For what it is, let's just start with the sort of short evolution of this band to get to this point here.
When we started in my basement, and the whole point was just to get a record deal, have our songs out there, start touring.
It was a priority when I was 13 and I picked up a guitar. I wanted to be in a band so bad. It was my dream.
My cousin, he was playing guitar. He had this crazy BC Rich, super metal, crazy shape, you know.
Black, like enamel black. And
yeah, my mom totally saw that I really liked it, and she got me an acoustic guitar, which I was bummed out about. At first, you know, which now, thinking back, I think it's the coolest thing.
Everybody, and that's undeniable, everybody's got the same goal for this band, just to take it as far as we can and to play in front of as many people as we can. I think that that's the one thing that ties us together.
I'm trying to forget that I'm addicted to you, but I want it and I need it. I'm addicted to you.
Last minute, my dad was like, screw this. I'm not working. I'm just going with you and we're taking my camper. And I'm like, don't say that. Like, don't say that unless you mean it, you know? And he meant it, and he came with us for a month and a half, and we pulled up with my parents' camper, and we were towing an old Mercedes that my dad had, because I don't know why they wanted me in the car too. And the Mercedes had our merch in it, so it had like a big Winnebago with a Mercedes in the back, and merch inside it with 5 kids and a merch guy, and dogs. And we went to Toronto to play with Good Riddance and Trigger Happy. And we pulled up, and Good Riddance guys were outside, and they were like, who the hell is this band?
The idea that the band is in this position now, did you, I mean, you're the kind of guy in the band who sort of looks like you have the plan. Was this part of the plan?
I think that it wasn't part of the initial plan. I don't think you ever know where you're gonna end up. We worked so hard. We started playing music when we were 12 years old.
When I first heard what these guys were doing in the basement, I was like, this is awesome.
were a little small Montreal band amongst a lot of bands that were singing in French. We wanted to sing in English to have like some kind of a worldwide career.
I remember just telling people, like, yeah, one day we're gonna travel, we're gonna go to Australia, Japan, and we're gonna do all this stuff, and that was the plan.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I'm practicing.
Why do you guys need to practice?
Because we suck.
And because we never played this song.
This is our first practice of the song called Perfect. And it's, as you can see, it's not perfect yet.
Like when you're starting out, the first big goal is just to have a chance.
Yeah. I think the first record was pure instinct. We had no clue what we were doing. Absolutely no clue.
We are about to play some music for the people at the record company, which is called Lava Atlantic.
We knew that we kind of liked big choruses, big guitars, fast drums. That was that.
I remember like the first day we ever came out, our record came out, and it was so humbling. We went to a store, we're like, so we have the camera, we're like gonna film it, and like they don't have a record in the store. You know, we looked everywhere like, are you sure it came out today? And they didn't have it. And it's like, and from that day on, I remember thinking like, okay, it's not gonna be easy. We realized that you can't take anything for granted, even from day one with this band, because we toured for 9 months, 10 months, and nothing happened.
The record had came out in March 2002, and you know, things were going okay, but we kept touring and touring and touring. But by September, I think it was September 2002, we went to Japan. We got off the plane, and there was 100 Japanese fans waiting for us with gifts. So we were like, whoa, what's up, you know?
Konnichiwa, we're Simple Plan.
It was so loud, we couldn't hear anything else. Like the crowd was screaming so loud.
We get to the hotel, they follow you in cabs and stuff like that. So, you know, it was a really nice experience, and to see how grateful they are that you traveled all the way there.
That was like, oh my God, well, we made it. But then you realize that only the beginning of the race.
That's my generation. Hey, ho, let's go. It's going down tonight. Hey, ho, let's go. We're gonna do it till we die. 'Cause I've got no reason to apologize. That's my generation.
You're a band that's a top 40 band who writes their own songs. And there's not that many of that anymore.
We're a band that likes to have those songs that are in your face, and like every moment of every song is crafted.
I think it should go straight. I thought the chorus should go, you know. It's not going, gosh, and that with the
It's like I want to press play and I want to hear like something catch my attention, and I want to hear it again 10 seconds later, and I want to be, you know, a minute into it and be in full on energy, you know.
I was thinking about this the last couple of years when everybody was talking about the Montreal music scene and this explosion of this great art.
They never talk about us.
They never talk about you guys.
I know, we're like...
but you're the most successful band to come out of here.
But not the coolest in their books.
But is that like...
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
We didn't come out of a scene. We're a band that came out of a city, you know. We're a band that, it wasn't like Simple Plan, part of a whole bunch of bands from this town. It was like Simple Plan, wow, they're from Montreal. You know?
I know we'll never be the coolest, you know, like the darlings of the critics. I understand that. From day one, we knew that.
When you read a review, you can usually tell within the first 2-3 lines if the guy even listened to the record or not, you know? And sometimes it's too bad to see that, you know, by something he says, he obviously did not listen to it.
So shut up, shut up, shut up. I wanna hear it. Get
remember, like, when we had our first single and it was, oh yeah, one-hit wonder, you'll never see them again. Well, now we're like 10-hit one, you know, whatever, 10-hit wonder, you know? And it's like 11-hit wonder, and every song that comes out and does well.
To us, it's always been a lot more valuable to have the 10,000 kids in front singing the lyrics and screaming and jumping and having fun than reading the review in a magazine.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, don't wanna hear it. Get out, get out, get out, get out of my way. The buzz, the buzz, the buzz, never stop. And nothing you say today is gonna bring me down.
And I always say, like, I'd rather be a band of the people when you see, like, you have, like, 10,000, 20,000 people, like, jumping up and down and screaming, you know, and loving your song and singing every word. That, to me, means so much more than having a 5-star review.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
We are in Madrid, Spain. We're just about to start our day of press. It is 9 a.m. right now.
I look around me.
So what does this say?
Seem to see is people going nowhere, expecting sympathy. It's like we're going through the motions of a scripted destiny. Tell me, where's our inspiration? If life won't wait, I guess it's up to me. Whoa, no, we're not gonna waste another moment in this town. We won't come back, the world is calling out.
There's a few crazy people. I love that.
You look at all the different personalities in this band. Who's the diplomat? Is Sebastian, is he the diplomat in the band?
I think he would be, but he's too shy, so he doesn't talk enough to be the diplomat.
You know, Sebastian is a great guy, and he's a little bit quiet, but it's great. When there's something to say, he'll say it.
Hey, tabarnak.
We're a peaceful band. We don't fight, ever.
But he's very pacifist, you know? He'll never want to butt heads, and if there's an argument that he's involved in, he'll just say, you know what, whatever. Which is nice, because we can't all be, you know, we can't all be Tauruses and hard-headed.
Pictures. Photo shooting.
Pierre is quite the character.
He's very creative. He can play drums. He can play guitar. He's a very good overall musician. And I think he was in band camp too, you know, at school and stuff, which I never had the opportunity to do.
Are watching the Sorority Life Marathon. Quit it!
I've been around a lot of singers, and there seems to be some kind of ego rising as the career goes. But Pierre kind of stayed really level-headed the whole time.
I mean, I'm still young, you know, so I can still go to band camp.
It's true. What's David like?
Sexy!
David has a split personality.
He's always somewhere else in his head, you know. He's got a little bit of the ADD going on.
There he is. Let's go.
He's definitely ADD, you know, like he's definitely a little nuts.
The police is right there.
That was amazing. Now we're going back. And there's a suspension. La suspension.
You know, he's into skydiving now, like, and golf.
In golf?
Yeah, like, you know, hand in hand.
All summer I started golfing, believe it or not. I really enjoy
Golf
it very much.
and skydiving.
Yeah, skydiving still, absolutely. I'm all right. You're all right. I'm all right. We're going to London tomorrow, so I'm kind of practicing, you know? You're all right. I'm all right. All right. See you tomorrow in London. Bam, boof, baff, gold.
But the thing is about David, as much as he's a goofy guy, he's probably the one that has the most talent in all the band, you know? Maybe he doesn't use it as much as everybody else does because he doesn't have to. Like,
It's effortless for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Very musical guy. You have no idea. Like, he's got the best ear in the band. He plays every instrument. Never practices, though. It's a bit of a shame.
I love it. It's a keeper. It's pretty cool.
Jeff is he's obviously a practice freak. He's always noodling around on his guitars. Because
Hey, guess who's playing guitar? That's right. Jeff Stinko.
How about your drummer?
the drummer, Chuck, I can honestly say the band would not be where it is if it wasn't for Chuck. He's the one that's worked the hardest since the beginning. He really likes the whole management side.
You know, he'll pull this band with a rope through the mud if he has to get it somewhere. It's to a point now that it's not like necessarily he's the best at everything that he does, but he wants to do it so bad that we just give up. You know, like, we'll be like, what's the set list tonight? And I won't write that on a set list, because if I do, he'll just go over it and rewrite it the way he wants it. And for me, I don't really care. You know, so it's like,
Come on, that's got to drive you crazy sometimes.
absolutely, and I want to kill him most of the time.
If I had this band when I was 6 years old, we'd be broken up by now.
Yeah.
Because my first band, I got kicked out of it because I was like that.
He said he was kicked out of the band for that.
He was.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Did you kick him out?
Yes, I did. And, you know, looking back, it was part of our growth, and, you know, it may have been a mistake, but at the time, I think I wasn't ready to accept someone who was going to, you know, do more and want to control everything.
And from that moment on, I realized that it's so not worth it to, like, yell at people and scream at them, because you could lose the one thing you truly love in the world, and that was my band.
You're the first guy in the band who's officially a father.
Officially, I like that. That's
Who's
good.
admitting to
right. Admitting to paternity. Wow, man, I got to tell you, it's an amazing thing. It's just kind of, it really changed my life. My daughter is just beautiful. She's like the easiest kid around. She smiles all the time. She's extremely happy.
Your band can't be your #1 priority anymore because you have a kid.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And that's a challenge.
I work really hard for this band, you know?
Yeah.
But I still have time for my daughter and for my girl. So, you know, I'm gonna learn how to deal with this career thing and the family thing. I'm gonna have to learn.
Today we're playing guitar on a song called What If. It's the greatest song I've ever heard.
Is it your favorite song?
It's my favorite. It's the favorite guitar track ever made. That's what it is.
La prochaine s'appelle Untitled.
When you first saw your kid, when you're a father, did it make you think of your father?
Absolutely. My father and I had a very confrontational relationship, and it was very, very hard, you know? Like, that's why I left home so young.
Your father passed away while you were on the road.
Yeah, it was a tough episode in my life. You were talking about choosing your career over your personal life. That's what I did at the time. I regret it a little bit.
That you went right back on the road?
Yeah, I regret it a little bit. But again, you know what? No, it's not true. I think that's what my dad would have wanted me to do. And I wanted to be there for my bandmates, you know?
Yeah.
And they told me, if you need to take, you know, a week off, 2 weeks off, we're fine with this. Yeah, I got to fly back, be with my dad. I got to bury him myself, which was very important for me. But again, you know, like, I wanted to be there, and I knew that my dad, what could have done, you know? It was over, so I needed to get back to work.
How could this happen to me? Everybody's screaming. I try to make a sound, but no one hears me. I'm slipping off the edge. I'm hanging by a thread. I want to start this over again. So I try to hold onto a time when nothing matters, and I can't explain what happened, and I can't erase the things that I've done. No, I can't. How could this happen to me? I've made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. I'm sick of this life, I just wanna scream. How could this happen to me? Come on, Laval! Faites du bruit! Made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. I'm sick of this life, I just want to scream. How could this happen to me? How could this happen to me? How could this happen to me? Tell me what's wrong with society. When everywhere I look, I see young girls dying to be on TV. They won't stop till they've reached their dreams. Diet pills, surgery, Photoshop pictures in magazines, telling them how they should be. It doesn't make sense to me. Is everybody going crazy? Everybody's so sick, yeah. Can anybody tell me what's going on? Tell me what's going on. If you open your eyes, you'll see that something is wrong.
What do your folks think of this whole thing?
Yeah, my parents are the biggest fans of Simple Plan. They have a Simple Plan shrine in the house. They really do, I'm not even kidding. There's like a wall of fame in my house, it's ridiculous. My dad has this obsession about framing everything he can find. Even the most ridiculous, you know, like teeny bopper magazines. And I'm like, Dad, this is not something you want to frame. You know, let me give you a nice 8x10 that's a quality picture, you know. He's got mugs with me, you know, crowd surfing on it. You know, I was like, why did you put this into a mug? They really are the biggest fans of the band.
Is everybody going crazy? Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. If you open your eyes, you'll see that something is
You go through such a profoundly difficult thing with your brother, and you know you address it, you know, head on to this record.
My brother he was 28 years old at the time. I was like, this is not happening. Like it's gonna go away. Don't worry about it. This is a very treatable cancer. No worries. It'll be done in a couple of months. We'll be laughing about it. But then when it kept going and going, and I realized this battle was a lot harder than we all thought it was gonna be. You know, it just felt like I gotta write a song about this. You know, like this is some of the worst things that I've ever been through.
The making of the record, was that the therapy? Was that some sort of release for you?
Absolutely. This is really what I want to say. Like, sometimes I wish I could save you. You know, like, sometimes there's so many things I want you to know. You know, I mean, my brothers and I are really close, but it's still difficult to sometimes say what you want to say in a conversation, you know, and we try our best to be open, but, you know, as humans, sometimes we get a little, you know, nervous about things that are very heavy. So for me, you know, you write a song about it, and just to talk about how you kind of feel powerless, you know, like you have my brother's there, and I have financial security. I can help them out, you know. It's like, can I buy your cure, you know, like, can I help you out? Can I do anything, you know? What can I do for you? Like, let's do this, you know. When stuff like that happens, obviously when you get through it, it's a positive thing. You know, my family's much closer. My parents and I talk so much more. Not that we didn't before, but you always think you're close until something like this makes you think, like, maybe I should call them more. Maybe I should talk to them more. Maybe I should tell them I love them more. Maybe they won't be here tomorrow, you know.
Moi c'est Chuck, je suis le drummer en arrière. Là. Je voulais vous remercier tout le monde d'être venu en si grand nombre. C'est une belle cause aujourd'hui. C'est pour la Fondation de l'Institut de la Santé. Fait que merci beaucoup d'être venu. On l'apprécie beaucoup. Puis, j'ai pas parlé beaucoup, mais je pense que j'ai parlé assez. Est-ce que vous avez d'autres musiques? All right!
Tell me about the Simple Plan Foundation.
Originally, we started, we're gonna focus on troubled youth because obviously we have a lot of fans of ours that we've got a lot of letters from people that are like, okay, my parents are divorced, I'm messed up, I'm running away, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Stuff like kids' help phone, stuff like, to help troubled teens. That's our main thing to start with.
Say whoa. Do you ever feel like breaking down? Do you ever feel out of place? Like somehow you just don't belong?
My dad always drove a Volvo when I was young, growing up and stuff. Like a Volvo is actually the first car that I totally stole from my dad and went for a drive illegally. And he was pretty mad about that. But, so,
Let me
yeah.
say that Volvo was the first car that I stole.
Yeah?
Implying that there were other cars.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's true. I never stole cars. I have a clean record.
The relationship with your family has been complicated in your life?
Yeah, I guess they got divorced when I was 15, 14 or 15. So, you're old enough to kind of understand what's going on, but you're also old enough to be really pissed off about it. Yeah. So you end up stealing the car.
Is it hard on you that your parents don't have a relationship? Does that affect you as a man?
Yes and no. I'm really lucky I have a good relationship with each of them, but they won't talk to each other, Sometimes I do wish that they would talk, who knows, like, the way I like to see it is it's probably better off that way. Let's hope that it won't affect the way that I perceive marriage, Like, I'm totally not thinking about getting married, anytime soon.
But when you think of a lot of the kids, especially, that wave of your audience, the younger audience who hears about your story, they're going to be able to relate to you. And do you have those conversations with them?
Yeah, I do. I meet a lot of kids that are pissed off. 2 nights ago in New York, this girl showed me her tattoo it said "Sorry, can't be perfect," and she was telling me, her parents are split up, and her dad hates her.
I think it's important for a band to have that kind of conscience or heart.
I remember that a long time ago, actually, Chuck's dad, he's a lawyer, he said, when you're making money and when you're doing well, it's important to give to other people, If you're doing well, thank the world, man. It's like, you're lucky. Not a lot of people aren't that lucky, so why not do it?
Welcome to my life. Hey, Dad, look at me.
I do a lot of things like Dad. I can't help it. It's in me. But there's certain things that I'm really trying hard to avoid. Yeah. And certain things that my dad gave me that are very good. And I'm trying to bring that to my daughter, I try to focus on the main good things that my dad brought me.
But it hurts when
I think a lot has been made about the relationship with your folks and you and this band. You know, not doing the law thing.
I think that they had a different vision of what I would do in my life. I think that if you asked them when I was 14 or 13, like, you know, what do you think your kid's gonna do? I don't think they would have answered, you know, it'd be a rock band and playing drums for a living. I definitely know that they didn't envision that. I think they wanted me to be a lawyer, you know, which I almost became. I want them to be proud of us. I want them to be proud of me. I mean, the song Perfect, we wrote about that because I felt, you know, it's like, I'm sorry I can't be exactly what you want me to be, but I have to chase this, I have to follow this. It feels important.
Faites du bruit! Merci beaucoup. Merci. À la prochaine. On vous aime, Laval. On se voit bientôt. Soyez prudents. And we love you.
Allons-y. You look so beautiful today. When you're sitting there, it's hard for me to look away.
And so I try to find the words that I could.
Our personalities have kind of blossomed, but we're all the same.
Distance doesn't matter, but you feel so far away, and I can't lie. But every time I leave, my heart turns gray.
I'm just gonna play a song called Forever, or I Can't Wait, or I Can't Wait Forever for Frenchie. That's what it's called. And it goes a little something like this.
We've always worked really hard. We play 2 to 3 times more shows than any other bands that I know.
We've done super good, and knock on wood, it keeps going.
Let's be one of those bands that's going to make something that's going to be like, wow, you know, different and hopefully special.
You know, you got a song on this record that puts your personal life right out there.
There's a few.
Yeah, but you have a very complicated relationship with this girl in your life.
Yeah, well, there's this girl that's really important to me, and you know, the Love Is Just a Lie song. If I was completely, like, if I wasn't talking to her anymore, and if we were done, and it was like, it'd be easy to talk about it, but, you know, even though, like, I still have a lot of feelings for her, so, like, pretty strong feelings, so it's kind of, that's why it's a little awkward to talk about it, but it's cool.
Breakup songs are better than love songs, so I wondered if what makes you sad in your life, like in this relationship, is ultimately better for your art.
I think it definitely brought a lot of inspiration. But with this song, it was exactly as I was living it. So I guess maybe it came off as more genuine or more emotional or more powerful or more in your face or whatever.
Do you have to call her and say?
Well, I play it to her.
You played a tour?
Uh-huh.
What'd she say?
Well, she's like, she didn't say much. Like, damn, okay, that's kind of heavy. Is this gonna get on the radio everywhere?
I remember like a year and a half ago, we sat in Italy.
Milan, I believe.
In a little cafe. We had lunch together.
We were sipping on some Chianti.
We started talking about, you know, taking a new direction.
We didn't even really have to talk about it, you know? It's almost like it just happened.
We were excited about it. You know, it sounded like a great idea, but we didn't know precisely where to take it, what to do to change it up.
I think it was mainly the importance of making something different, making something that, you know, like we've had 2 pretty successful records.
We have to find our own way, our own path. You know, we have to find something that will define who we are today, you know?
Yeah, working on that part for the end. Yeah, got the keyboards. We're all listening, trying to find the last detail on the song that we're trying to fix. So you're actually witnessing the creative process.
We started to blend a couple of sounds together and try to create a somewhat of a new sound for Simple Plan.
So everything's going well. Dave Foreman is a great guy.
He's right there. There he is right now. Wave.
He's anxiously leaving.
See ya.
Peace out, brother.
I think Fortman had a big role in it. You know, he was able to mix some, you know, organic sounds and electronic sound really good, and he totally got it. You know, he got it right away. He knew what we wanted to do.
We're thinking maybe it could be a great thing to put in a part with like a hip hop part.
We're artists. We write our own music. We do everything ourselves. But it's sometimes, as a band, there's nothing better. Like, give yourself that opportunity to experiment, you know?
I always loved hip-hop, and I always loved that culture. But I know, you know, I'm a 5'9" white dude, so I'm not scaring anybody, and I'm not 50 Cent, you know what I mean? But I have like you know, I look at them and I think they're the most, right now in the music scene, I feel they're the most ambitious, most driven, and they're the ones who are taking chances.
Danger, you know, I mean, we went straight to the source.
Who's the Timbaland right-hand man, who's now off doing his own thing.
He's been doing R&B, soul, hip-hop, all that kind of stuff.
Go. Yeah.
Danger. SP. Keep your hands off Lago, because you can score music. Come on, man.
He was very enthusiastic about working with us, and so were we.
This is our secret weapon. You don't know about him yet, but this is the reason why this record is so cool and different and hot.
When we started writing with his loops and writing with his sounds and his riffs and all that, that's when we're like, oh my God, this is what we need to do right now. This is fresh, it's different, you know, it's got a good groove to it. We need to pursue this.
I first heard it and I thought, okay, this is a statement.
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
Really, working with him kind of showed us that we could do whatever we wanted to and we could still pull it off, you know? When we came back from that first session, we had some songs that were absolutely different. And we knew, like, wow, this doesn't sound stupid, it sounds good. So obviously we're able to do different things. Let's not be afraid to throw ourselves in different directions and think that we can only pull off, you know, a G to a D to a whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with chords.
We want to stay an important band, like on top. We don't want to be the band that slowly declines and becomes obsolete and kind of...
You don't want the loudest cheer at the concert to be for your first single ever, right?
That's what I'm saying.
If life won't wait, I guess it's up to me. Whoa. No, we're not gonna waste another moment in this town.
you know, our fans grow with us. You know how it is, like you put out the same record, they hate it, it's the same record. Put out a different record, they hate it, doesn't sound like you anymore. You know, so it's always that fine line of keeping your fans happy and making new fans also.
You wound up left for dead. Life is what happens.
You know, we have that confidence that we've done it before. People know us. We have some fans. We have a very good, loyal fan base, and I think we do have that confidence. And even with this album, if we came out with a record that was sounding like the last record, I probably would have less confidence.
We wanted to have a record that would do exactly that, just gives us a chance to spread our wings and to be more versatile, to be more diverse, you know, and to go wherever we want on the next record.
I think this is opening doors for more experimentation. Maybe you could push this whole idea further, you know, and make it even more extreme.
Hopefully this record is gonna, you know, make the band even bigger, get us to travel even more places, which would mean that we'll have a next one after that and another one after that, possibly as well, you know. So I think for as long as we can, we're gonna hold on to whatever Simple Plan is and just try to keep going and take it as far as we can take it.
We've said it since the beginning, man. Like, we never wanted to stay in our basement. We've always embraced the fact that, as weird as it sounds, we want to be as big as we can, you know?
We want this to keep going. We're the kind of people that we work so hard. The last thing we want is this to stop. That's my favorite thing about making music is when you're finally done and you hear it for the first time. When it's like mixed and mastered and you finally hear it the way it was meant to be heard, you know? Those moments for me are like, you know, it's priceless. It's good.
Right on.
Thank you.
You too, man. Thank you. Nice job, man. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, man. So good to see you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
I think we're wrapped.
All right.
Two, one. My finger's stuck. We're never gonna work again.
Running out of time!